Hey everybody, Mark with Mark's Home Hobbies. Back here with another edition of CNC Primer. Hobby CNC Primer, actually. This is the Lenovo Z61T laptop. Nothing fancy there. It's a little Core 2 Duo running Repetier host with PLA settings, except I'm running the temperature at 215C. Running some very small parts, so I've got the feed rate down at 41 or 43, I think it is down there, and I've got the flow at 101, and making some pretty small parts on the old Crazy Bird printer here. You can see there's the logo. It's a Crazy Bird. It's running matte finish PLA. You can get that stuff at Micro Center, I guess. Yeah, 3D printer filament. Pretty expensive at Micro Center, but yeah, matte finish on there, so not shiny, which is good. I like shiny sometimes. I got some shiny stuff too, but I'm just trying this new matte style. I think I like it. So you can hear the print just started up. And bear in mind, this is, running at approximately 30% normal speed. Everything is normal. No bed leveling or anything is necessary. It's already been leveled. So, we should have in about 4 minutes, 54 seconds, we should have a 3D print job done, ready to pull off. So, let's just stick around and see if that happens. We can talk more. This is the same computer that you saw me using over here with this laser printer in the last episode. And it prints pretty good, or I should say it engraves pretty good. You can see some of the stuff that I've done with it. There's a black and white photo, some Harley Davidson stuff, dusty model car, cats, signs, nice little wood carving there, some engraving work that was done on the CNC machine, the rotary, and you can see some other stuff was done. Yeah. So anyhow, that's what we were dealing with. We were dealing with this setup using the same computer here that we're running this setup off of, just a different software. Same USB port, everything. Now you really can't run two machines off the same computer. So if you wanted to run, this router machine back here, which has this controller, the offline gerbil, or you wanted to run this one here definitely needs a PC hooked up. Now this one here, you can run it either way. You could run it with an SD card in there and just load your G-code program right onto the SD card and start it right up and operate it right from this panel. Or you can hook a USB cable up and run it out of here too. And you can use Universal G-code sender or another popular program to move it around. Maybe Mach 3 will even come up with a USB version at some point. I don't know. I used to use Mach 3, but it's old time stuff now. Anyways, this here uses a RAMPS 1.4 control system, which also has SD card capability right up underneath here. So you could run this totally without a computer too. But I like to run it like this because it seems like you have a little bit more control, fine-tuning control over the settings. If you want to play around with the print head settings and stuff like that. Also, I'm just used to running it that way because all the machines I've ever ran before used to have a PC attached to it. So I'm not used to this offline stuff right here yet. But I'm getting there. Anyways, we got about 1 minute and 31 seconds left to go before we can check out our print and see what it looks like and what it is. So anyhow, yep, we're just down in the workshop again today, doing a few little cleanup jobs down here. That's my safety glasses for my laser system over there. Always got to have the safety. And these are the tools. down here that you need with your 3D printer. You gotta have a knife, you gotta have a purple glue stick, and a feeler gauge, and some double-sided tape. And you don't really need the double-sided tape so much. Once in a while, something will, you just need to have it so that you can stick something here or there, and you just need like just the tiniest little piece of it. Like say if the corner of your print lifts up or something, you can take the knife and just cut a tiny, tiny little piece. And while the print head is not in that particular spot, you can put that little piece of double-sided underneath there and press down the print. And then the print will just be a little bit off instead of being way off. So I don't really recommend doing that too much, but once in a while if you're printing a big job, maybe you need to do it. Mostly I use double-sided tape over here on this machine over here to stick down the wood along with the clamps, some kind of a clamp on the side. It's got a little flashlight in there too so you can see what's going on, because I don't really have a light inside of here. Pretty dark. And then the purple glue stick, you can wash that off. And then the feeler gauge, you want to have something like, let's see, what is the one that I use? Maybe we can see it. I don't know. 0.010, 0.25 millimeter. So I know when I get that print head right there at that bed, I can check all four corners of the bed with that feeler gauge and then make them all equal. So when I slide that thing in there, it has the same amount of give, just like a valve on a car. And you adjust the valves and you feel that little bit of tension and you know that it's set just right. Not too much, not too little. Just so it can slide in and out with a little bit of tension. Then you know you're set at 0.25. Okay, then if your first layer is going to be 0.25, you should be sticking. So you want your first layer to be a little bit less than 0.25 so you'll get a little squish. Okay, so maybe set it at 0.22, 0.23, 0.20, 0.21. I usually use 0.20. So I'm getting a pretty good squish on the first layer. So it sticks pretty good most of the time without any adjustment, and it doesn't clog up or get bound up, and doesn't skip the extruder. So that's important. If you get too much feed, then your extruder will skip and you'll hear it. It'll make like a little ticking noise. That means you're feeding too fast. So you can slow that down over here with the flow rate. You can turn the flow rate down right there, and that'll stop that ticking. You could also, lower the bed just a skosh, while it's printing, a skosh on all your levelers. And this way it will allow for a little bit of room on that layer. And then leave it, that setting, just a skosh, just a minute little bit. Won't adjust it too much because then you'll end up not finishing at the top. So bear that in mind if you adjust on the fly. Other than that, the 3D print has finished. So let's reach up in there and grab it. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Pretty small. Oh, that one's stuck down really good. Usually they just kind of lift right off, but not this one. There it goes. I don't want to destroy it when I pull it off of there. There, I got it. Take it over here in the light. Alright. There's one we just pulled off right there. There's one we just did a minute ago, and it was at a little bit faster setting and at a little bit less flow rate. So both of them, still it seems like it could be a little bit hotter, the hot end even, but I don't want to push it. And what these are wheel flares for a 1/76 scale car, model car. And you can see I've taken some of them apart here already, but they're very small and it's pretty hard to really print it. Not unless your printer's pretty good. You can see it, little wheel flare. So you're going to glue that on the side and be able to mount a larger set of wheels onto your models. So for the turbo racing stuff. I know this table looks dirty, but it's because I do a lot of finishing work over here, and I just haven't cleaned it up and sanded it all off yet. I was working on my guitar over here, and that's why you see those crazy lines. Some of this stuff, it's just paint, just residue. So nothing a good clean job won't fix. That's why I'm down here. But anyways, I figured since I was down here, I'd print some of these out. And you can see the first layer on there. So yeah, we're getting squished, but not all that much. So still could utilize a little bit more work on the settings, but I'm able to get a couple of good parts out of that print there. So might have to print it 100 times in order to get enough usable parts. But how many fender flares do you really need anyways? So anyhow, thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. Help me get to 500. There might be a surprise if you comment, like, and subscribe. And other than that, what can I say? It's a Saturday, and it's Mark with Mark's Home Hobbies. Have a good rest of your day and a better day tomorrow. Talk to you later.